Alright, now it's time to do steep turns. Steep turns are a lot of fun, and they're really fun to do. But there's a couple things we need to remember about them. I've already done my clearing turns first and foremost, so I'm just going to kind of hang in this area because I've already cleared it for us. Steep turns are designed for us to demonstrate how we control the airplane in two different conditions. First of all, we're giving away a lot of our lift to hold us in this turn, right? Basically what's happening is we're giving away so much lift to hold us in this turn that the plane doesn't naturally want to come back to a wings level. It wants to continue to roll, right? So that's where we're at. We need to increase our angle of attack to maintain altitude. And additionally, we also need to keep the plane from continuing that roll over too far, because if we don't, it will continue to roll. A steep turn occurs at 45 degrees bank minimum. Between 45 to 50, as a support pilot, you're probably going to be asked to do it around 45. You're also expected to roll out on the same heading in which you entered. So, if you entered on a northbound heading, you should exit on a northbound heading, meaning you need to calculate when to roll out in advance. Because we're going into this giving away so much of our lift to keep us in the turn scenario, we have to increase our pitch, which means that we have to make sure we don't descend or balloon too much. And this is going to look different depending on what side of the plane you're on. For this maneuver, I'm going to go to the camera outside of the plane, because it's going to give you a better idea of what I mean by this. I'm sitting on the right side. In a right-hand turn, the horizon for me goes up, and I appear to be lower than the horizon. Conversely, in a left-hand turn, I appear to be above it. So what I see in different directions of a steep turn is very different. So let's get on the northbound heading here.
Hey John, how do you hear me?
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten out for a second, and then we're going to go into a steep turn to the left, alright? So let's cut to the camera outside.
Yeah,
I'm going to go my wings level.
Okay, yeah, we're just taking off. So.
And let's go ahead and roll into that steep turn to the left, okay? So we're going to go into a 45-degree bank. I'm going to add rudder and pitch to keep from descending, and power in, right? So there we go. I'm looking at the horizon. This is a 45-degree bank right here. My altitude is steady. I feel pressure increasing on that stick, so I'm going to add a touch of power.
All right, simple.
Keeping myself coordinated the whole time. Coming back around to my northbound heading. And rolling out right there. Just like that. Now, let's do it to the right, so you can see what I mean about the horizon looking different. Let's go to the right. Right turn in. Rudder in. And look from that vantage point where that horizon is. So you'll have to practice these a few times to get a real sense of what it looks like in your plane. The sight picture here is incredibly important. Also, knowing when to roll out is incredibly important. Going back to our turns to headings, the easiest way out of this is to find a point in the distant horizon and look for it as you make this turn. I'm looking ahead in the horizon for that point. And when I see it, I'm going to begin to roll out.
Traffic, red, white, right, left downwind for runway 9.
So we're just coming through this turn here, maintaining my altitude. I see my point. It's that lake right ahead. And I will roll out. And I came out of the turn within 10 degrees of what I entered the turn in. A couple of tips, if you're doing it in multiple rotations, because you can be asked to do a steep turn more than once. If you're holding that steep turn in there, use pitch trim to alleviate some of that back pressure. That'll help you out a lot. Just remember as you roll out that you put that trim in, because you will need to take it back out to resume cruise flight. Make sure you read the text on this. They're incredibly fun to do. They can be a little intimidating at first, but they're awesome to practice. Those are our steep turns.